What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another morning commute. I have a little surprise for you. It's not the most powerful bike, but it might be the most beloved naked bike. Let's get this thing started after I take some crap off of it. Sorry, neighbors. The cold start on this thing is not near as bad as I thought it would be. Alright. We're on one heck of a streak for foggy mornings. I don't like it, but it's okay. We're going to make the best out of it because we are on one of the most beloved naked bikes. The Aprilia Tuono V4. Now, yes, this is not the factory, so I don't have the full electronic suspension and that stuff, but realistically the engine's the same. It's the same as my Street Fighter, where the engine components and the core, you know, the chassis, all that is the same. It's the handlebars, I believe, and the suspension. It sounds just as good. Oh my gosh. I will say, it is more manageable than my Street Fighter, I think, at low speeds. It feels very, very smooth. He already has, it looks like, levers on here. He has a Leo Vince, however you say it, shorty exhaust. And then he has a Gabbro tune on it. And that's just through the Upmap T800. It does, it feels great. He says he thinks it sounds like a parallel twin at low speeds. I think he's right. It does kind of have a little bit of a, I don't know, hum to it that isn't necessarily the best. But man, once you get above like 4, you're fine. Oh my gosh, dude, this is so gnarly. And it has a gas gauge. We love that. This guy is flying. Come on, sir. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, the downshifts are so good. Woo! This thing just cruises so nicely. It's very smooth. I feel like the Street Fighter's V4 is kind of buzzy. This one is really not. Oh my gosh. It sounds so freaking good. Got a little squeaky brakes, but hey, that's alright. Alright, I think the pros of this thing are it cruises very nicely. It's not as vibey as the Street Fighter is. It has an absolutely incredible sound. I mean, you can't get much better than that. Cons, the power is extremely linear, which I know a lot of people like. However, I think it detracts from the character of the bike. So it has torque and stuff, which is really fun, but it doesn't make you want to rev it out. It doesn't really have much for you at the top. It's just consistent pull the whole time, which, I don't know. It could be a pro for some people, but for me it's not. And the wheeling control is very intrusive. I have it on 2. I don't want to turn it off because it's not my bike. I don't want to, you know, heaven forbid something happens, you know, but oh my, there's a lot of poop and stuff. I gotta be careful. Oh, the torque is really good. Okay, pulling out of corners, I said about the linear power. Okay, it's good down low for sure, but when you get up top, there's just nothing to, I don't know. It's very consistent. My Street Fighter, I guess, has less torque down low, but man, when you hit 10 grand, it's like lighting a freaking rocket ship. This thing, it's just kind of maybe a little less than a rocket ship the whole time, which again, isn't necessarily a con, like a huge downfall, because the engine is absolutely beautiful, but I think for my riding style, I like the peakiness of the Street Fighter's V4. This guy's cruising pretty good, but I want to get a full run-in, so I might make the car disappear. I don't even have to talk much with this thing. You just can listen to the symphony of a 65-degree V4. I will say, I agree with him that the quick shifter is a little slower than mine, it feels like. There's a little bit more of a delay on it, but not terribly. And the nimbleness, like flickability side to side at speeds, is definitely better on the Street Fighter. I don't know if it's because the rake is steeper, but yeah, it's a little less flickable. But it does make it feel more planted. It's so much fun. It does like a little pop, but then it cuts the power. Hoping he'll let me buy it, not be mad. I mean, let me cause him to disappear.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
So good. I make one car disappear and then another reappears. It's kind of frustrating. I think I can make this one disappear too. We'll just have to see. Yep, disappeared. We're good. Fun section. I think as a city bike or like a commuter bike, this thing is extremely good. I think it's perfect actually. It's not buzzy at all. It sounds amazing. It has plenty of down low torque. I can see why for the longest time reviewers put this thing at the very top every single time. But with the recent surge of hyper nakeds in the past couple of years, you know, it depends on the review you watch for which one they think's the best. This one is now, which is crazy to say, 175 horsepower is underpowered, but it is. It's underpowered for its class now. But if you ride it, trust me, you will not feel that. I feel like it's plenty of power for everybody. Oh man, really run into a traffic jam up here. That's okay, it can give me a sec to slow down and kind of reflect a little bit, but I want to hear it off the side of this guardrail real quick. Oh. Oh. Yes. But yes, for commuting, it also has it has fairings for sure. I mean, for them to call this a naked bike, they basically got the RS-V4 and reworked the body panels a little bit. It still has plenty of fairings and stuff, so I wouldn't call this in my opinion, a naked bike. I mean, look, the dash doesn't even move with the handlebars when you ride it. I know some don't, but this one literally has a full fairing on the front. But it protects a lot from the wind, which is a huge pro. So there's a lot of things that they did that are, you know, not necessarily the best for the class that it's in, or at least what they want to call it. But in my opinion, they're also really beneficial for creature comforts. So, you know, between the two, Street Fighter, Tuono, I think you can't go wrong with either, but I think it all depends on who you are as a person. The Street Fighter can absolutely carve corners in a lot of tests better than this thing, but again, that's with a very high skilled rider. I think if the rider with the same skill were to hop on both bikes, they would feel more confident on the Tuono. I don't know if that's the illusion of the fairings or just that it does feel kind of more planted in the corners, but it really does it's a little more confidence inspiring mid-corner, where the Street Fighter, it's so nimble that when you're mid-corner you can adjust on the fly no problem, which again, depending on who you are, could be a good thing. Me personally, I still like the Street Fighter better after riding this, but how you're gonna say no to being able to ride one of these around for a few days? Like, this is, you're talking top tier motorcycling, at least in this class. The only thing left would be like ZH2, Super Duke, and even then the ZH2 is really heavy. So for that thing, it's more about it's more about highways. And the Super Duke is kind of like the Street Fighter in regard to it's a real naked bike, and it's extremely flickable, and it just has a butt ton of torque. But this thing, I mean, that was $5,000. It can boogie. Like, it's wild how much low end. Third gear at 65 just rips the wheel up like $5-6 grand. It's crazy. Thank you guys so much for always tuning into my videos. I hope you liked the change of pace today. I figured with him putting the exhaust and tune on it, I had to take it out. He offered, and I was like, dude, if you want me to. He's like, absolutely. And I was like, all right, cool. I mean, in return, he gets to ride my Street Fighter around, but it's a nice change of pace for both of us. also. His brakes are good. They are very good. They're just not, I don't think, on par with the Street Fighters, which makes sense. Street Fighter has a better caliper. Wow. The limiter comes up super fast. Like, that's the con of a linear power curve. You can't really tell. It's kind of wild. Test out this cruise control that he talks about, because that's something I wish I had. I don't know what I'm missing. The limiter comes up quick. Listen to the downshifts. Oh, it sounds so good. She's running nice and cool. What a beautiful morning. I really thought that fog was going to be kind of nasty to ride through, but no. Cleared up perfectly. The clutch grab's super early. Feels nice though, super smooth. It's weird the blinkers wait till the next cycle to cancel. They don't cancel right away, like a half blink or whatever. It's kind of interesting. Oh, sounds so good. I know that I don't do official, you know, reviews, but I figure review commute is kind of a nice middle ground, you know. Man, it pops every shift. Let's try cruise control at 90. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. What the heck? I don't know how to feel. What am I doing? What the heck is going on? Oh, okay. I really wish I had this on my bike. I now know what Kevin's talking about. I am missing out big time. This is sick. And then if I... Oh, it keeps it. Okay. What if I do this to cancel? Oh yeah, it pauses it. Okay. How high can you set the cruise control? What? 97? What? Over 100? You can set the cruise control? No. Why would they let you do that? Who in their right mind at Aprilia is like, yeah, set it at whatever you want? I'm curious. Okay, we're gonna have to experiment with that on the way home. That's cool. How do I deactivate it? Okay. That is so freaking cool. Wow, what a cool feature. Again, coming from a lowly Street Fighter owner that doesn't have a gas gauge or cruise control, that is such a freaking cool feature. Being able to rest your arm is such a huge feature to have. I mean, that is the one that you're working out constantly with the throttle, and it can get sore with the grip because you gotta pretty much have it on there at all times. So that cruise control makes a huge difference. What a great cruiser. I mean, my bike, my head would be bobbling around at this speed, but this one, it just like cuts right through. It's so nice. I'll be honest, I'm excited to have this for a few days and then go back to my Street Fighter and really see how different they are. Well, I think I'm going to end this first ride on the 2021 Aprilia Tuono V4. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I had an absolute blast on this thing, and I can't wait to have it for a few more videos just to give you guys a little more content that's a little different from the Street Fighter. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll catch you on the next one.